Today's video is brought to you by Oxido LED lighting. You might think that you can see just fine at night. Well, I did too, until I did this little upgrade. As you can see from this footage, here is some before Oxido LED lighting, and here is some after Oxido LED lighting. The difference is amazing. With high brightness and easy installation, Oxido LED lighting is definitely the route for you. They're easy to install, and they're available for all makes and models. Click on the link in the description below and enter promo code 612motorsports at checkout to get yourself 15% off. Now back to our video. Hello and welcome back to another episode of 612 Motorsports. In today's episode, it is a beautiful fall morning here in the upper Midwest, and we are heading to the shop this morning. It is about 7:30, and we are going to go and take care of a little problem that I have to look at, that I see, and I have to stare at constantly every time I'm behind the wheel, and that is that pesky check engine light. Yes, the ABS light is also on. That's wheel speed sensors. Those are coming. I did order those, but that check engine light just kind of bothers me a little bit, and I know exactly what it is, and we're going to fix it today. But before we get to the shop and get all cracking on some tools and whatnot, you guys know the routine. Please go ahead, hit that subscription button, the notification bell, leave a comment, a thumbs up, all that stuff. It is super, super helpful, and it is truly greatly appreciated. Alright, I'm going to save you guys a boring drive montage. We're just going to get right to the shop. Alright, my friends, this O2 sensor is the culprit for our check engine light being on. It's throwing that code because, well, we straight piped it. We have no cat, we have no muffler, we just have a glass pack that runs straight out the back there. You can see here, this is the O2 sensor, and then going forward, it just goes right up to our 2-in-1. And I have a crazy easy fix for that. It is a simple O2 spacer. This is what it looks like. So you take your O2 sensor and you thread it in there, and then you thread this into the exhaust. So it raises the end of the sensor up far enough to trick it into thinking that it's reading properly. They're very hard to find. It's an old school trick, but if you can find them, use it. Just replaced this here maybe 3-4 years ago. I hope we didn't ruin it by having it read too rich. We'll find out. Let's throw that spacer in. So you can see here, we got the spacer in, we got the O2 sensor locked into position there, and we were able to still utilize the factory position for the harness attachment to the frame rail there. So our next step is to lower this thing, put the scanner on it, clear the code for that, and then run it for a day or two and see if it comes back. well, as you see, the light is off, and fingers crossed it stays that way eternally. I am really banking on this. This is kind of an old hot rodder trick. A lot of those guys, you know, they have no mufflers at all, like no exhaust. They'd just be like headers and that was it. And sometimes this is what you'd have to do to trick that O2 sensor into thinking that it's not reading too rich, because the cats and things are supposed to help burn out some of that fuel that doesn't get burned up in the engine and keep it from getting out into the atmosphere. So it's always kind of registering things. And so by raising it up a little higher, it is tricking the system into thinking it's reading properly. That's going to wrap things up for us here today. I will keep you posted as to the progress and outcome of today's venture. Again, I'd like to thank you all for watching and paying attention and joining me on today's journey. All my S10 lovers out there, got you boys. I try to do as much as I can. There's just not always stuff to film, so I do have to kind of reach sometimes and find things, but this particular one was really needed and I can't wait. So as always, stay positive, work hard, and make it happen.